stopping by. My name is Edshara, and a few weeks ago I was tagged by Erica from Erica E Reads to do the BookTube Newbie Tag 2.0, and this tag was originally created by Michael from Michael SD, and I will leave links to both of their videos down in my description box, so feel free to check them out. And this tag has 11 questions that I have written down, so let's go ahead and get started. Question 1 is, what genres would you like to see talked about more on BookTube? And I would say mystery and Christian fiction. Mystery because it's my favorite genre and I feel like you could never have enough recommendations. And Christian fiction just because I know some books are hit or miss, and it would be nice to have more recommendations so I know which books are worth my time and my investment. And question 2 is, what do you feel is the best way or ways to make friends on BookTube? And I would have to say participation and interaction. You can participate in buddy reads and book clubs and readathons, and then you can interact with people by leaving comments on their videos, responding to comments on your videos, as well as responding to comments left by others on other people's videos. You can also interact with people on Goodreads and Twitter and Instagram, and I just feel like the more choices you give yourself, the more likely it is that you meet people who are like-minded and share the same interests as you. And by having so many more choices, it makes it easier to make friends. And question 3 is, what will or do you enjoy the most about making BookTube videos? I personally like my pre-film prep. Before I sit down to film a video, I like to kind of brainstorm and make myself an outline. I like to brainstorm, what books I want to talk about, especially if I'm doing a tag. I like to try to think of books that maybe others haven't mentioned or that aren't as popular. And I also like to kind of do an outline of what I want to talk about, what I think is the most important, so that I can stay focused and stay on track. So making sure that I'm prepared before I sit down to film is my favorite part. And question 4 is, what will or do you least look forward to when making BookTube videos? And that would have to be editing. I don't like to edit, usually because I do not come away with less than 20 minutes of raw footage. I usually like to say the same thing multiple times because I'll think of a different way to say it, or I'll think of something that I forgot to say and I want to make sure I include it. So usually when I sit down to edit, my raw footage is pushing 30 minutes or more, and it's a lot of me repeating the same thing, and that just gets old and I get tired of hearing myself talk sometimes. And question 5 is, what videos other than tags, TBRs, wrap-ups, reviews, and recommendations would you want to see more of? I like unhauls, and I would love to see more unhauls, just because I like to see, the thought process or the motivation behind why people get rid of books, especially when for a lot of us, it's our mission to collect books. So I'm always interested to see why people get rid of books. And question 6 is, what are some themes you want to see more of or less of in books? I am a big fan of books that center around the theme friendship, or strong friendships, loyal friendships, that kind of thing. And so I would love to see more books that feature those types of friendships when the majority of the protagonists are female. I know that there are books out there that are supportive of positive female friendships, but I do feel like a lot of authors have a tendency to fall back on those stereotypical female friendships, you know, they make them catty or overly competitive, or one friend is sort of dominant over the others. And I just get tired of reading that kind of thing. So I want more positive female friendships. Question 7 is, what are some of your BookTube goals? And off the top of my head, I can think of, I would love to participate in more readathons. As of right now, I've only done one, but I really enjoyed it, so I would like to do more. And I would also like to do more buddy reads. I am a part of a big buddy read group, but I would love to do maybe some one-on-one buddy reads or small group buddy reads. And question 8 is, what advice would you give to a booktuber that has just created their channel? And I would say, make sure that whatever content you are creating is content that you actually enjoy making and not just what you think is going to be popular. Also, remember to be supportive. If people are watching your videos and leaving comments and subscribing to your channel, remember to respond to as many comments as you can, and if those people have channels of their own, go and watch their videos, subscribe to their channels, and leave comments on their videos as well. And question 9 is, what are some qualities or traits that you look for when it comes to watching other booktubers? And I do like to find booktubers that are a little bit quirky, but I mainly look for booktubers that are genuinely excited about whatever it is they're talking about. I also look for booktubers that are honest. If it's something that you're sharing, if you liked it, if you didn't like it, be honest and tell me why, because I don't want to have to waste time or money on something if, you know, if it's not worth it. So just be honest in your reviews and your recommendations. And question 10 is, what is a fun fact about you or a hobby besides reading and writing that people on BookTube might not know you have? And that would be, I am very big into essential oils. I love using them to make my own mouthwash and my own toothpaste. I use them to make my own lotion, and I am getting into using them to make my own cleaning products. I love reading about essential oils and doing my research and finding out what specific oils are good for. I like trying recipes and figuring out which ones work for me and which ones don't. And it's also interesting to see, you know, what products I don't mind making at home and which ones I would rather just going to the store and buying. But overall, I like the health benefits that you can get from essential oils and just learning about them in general. I love to learn, so learning about essential oils is just really fascinating to me. And the last question, question 11, is which booktubers do you tag? And I am going to tag Mary Ellen from Portraits of Me. I don't believe I've seen her do this tag yet, and she deserves some more love. And anybody else who wants to do this tag, you can say Edshara from Shara Me with Books tagged you. And thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, God bless. Bye. Oop, I don't know. Go again.